So, can you learn Jiu Jitsu from YouTube? You can learn some techniques from YouTube, but you're not going to learn the entirety. And also, funnily enough, from online training courses as well. You're going to learn some techniques. You're not going to master the actual art as it encompasses everything.
God, I don't even know how to structure this argument.
Mess for you.
Thanks, buddy. So, this is how I usually sort of realise. Quite a nice way we can go belt levels. Right?
Yeah.
That's quite a nice thing in Jiu-Jitsu. Is,
What, online blue belts?
oh, don't say that. God, we should like jump the argument. Right. Okay, if you want to go straight to that, like for me, the online blue belt thing is a bit silly, because if for me, all the blue belts that I've given out, I know their skill level through feel, so I know whether that person is actually a legitimate blue belt, right? Whether that person could control another human being and not just do fanciful stuff and make it look as if they can control another human being.
Okay, yeah.
So I will never ever give out a blue belt unless I feel as if, as an instructor, I feel as if I'd be cheating to give somebody a blue belt if they can't do what I would say the prerequisite of a blue belt is to be able to control another human. That's what Jiu-Jitsu is about, right? Is to be able to understand the fundamental positions and control them. And if I can't feel another person who could potentially do that to me, I won't give them a blue belt. So if I could see a video of them, I'd be like, yeah, that guy's blue belt level, but I don't know if I can't feel it, right? And if I can't feel it, it's no good, right? What do you think? Because that's the thing. You can visually you can see. We're going to get onto like the whole. I'm going to go on to like higher level stuff.
We'll also go back to learning from YouTube, but we've digressed straight into.
Sorry, because you said it, and you. Is that something you've thought about? Because it's.
I think if you've got your blue belt from an online course, you probably should burn it. And go ahead and set fire to yourself at the same time.
Oh my gosh, that's harsh.
Yeah. No, I do say that in jest, but realistically, I'd probably put yourself back in a white belt and go find the closest, absolute closest, higher graded belt to go train with.
Yeah.
And I know there are some people who literally live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
This
is like my early days as well.
Yeah, but you're better off. You're better off sticking as a white belt and travelling to train every weekend or once every 2 weeks or whatever it is, attending seminars and things like that, and you will get your blue belt. It will come. But yeah, I suppose actually that leads into the whole thing we were talking to before about the Creonte thing. Like if you live in the middle of nowhere, you're going to train at multiple gyms probably, because it's going to be when you're travelling around convenient. Nowadays there's gyms everywhere.
That's
as well. But yeah, so getting back to it, online blue belt, don't do it. It's just as simple, just don't do it. You're not going to get respect from. As soon as everyone finds out where you started off from, you're probably going to lose quite a lot of respect, in my opinion.
It's tricky because, like, to play devil's advocate on the other side, some jiu-jitsu is better than no jiu-jitsu. If that's all you can muster, we're not saying just scrap it completely. Some jiu-jitsu is better than nothing. But if you want to get to the next level, you are going to have to.
But you have to.
You have to literally feel.
You're going to have to question the quality of what you're being taught if it's online, completely, and you have no experience of it at all. So you'll peep online jiu-jitsu training. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 10-week course to blue belt, right? And you've had no previous experience.
10 week. Does this exist? A 10-week course to blue belt?
I don't know, but I've heard things. And
if you've heard things,
I've heard of that. Like a few years ago, there was stuff like that going around.
Okay, this needs validation. If there is something like that, don't fucking do that. If your blue belt should take, if you're training 3 times to 4 times a week intensely, you could maybe get it in a year and a bit.
Yeah.
Year, like just over a year, maybe 13, 14 months if you've been training your effing ass off. Yeah. Anything more, anything sort of less than that, like if you're a 2 a week guy, you're 9 to 5 a guy, haven't got that extra time.
Do you
two a week. Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah, which is about right. I mean, I was just under 2 years for my blue, so something like that. I can't even remember. It's that long ago.
There are a ton of analogies for this as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like I could watch Michelin star cooking for like a 2-week course, but I'd never, and I could never, and just be like, yeah, got it, and then I try and cook a dish for my friends, and they'll be like, what's this shit?
It's like it's like Michelin star, quality food. Yeah, completed it, mate.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, so I was just going to go back then to the whole can you learn from YouTube? And this segues quite well from the whole online blue belt thing to YouTube and backwards and forwards. I believe you can pick up some techniques, some new submissions from watching online content, 100%. What you're not necessarily going to pick up are the little nuances of some passes, some escapes, flows, like how you're going to flow into stuff and all this sort of stuff. It's all well and good learning loads of individual techniques, but if you can't string them together, if you haven't got the stuff, the cement that ties them all together, then that's kind of where things go wrong. I don't know, what are your thoughts on it?
So again, like I would use sort of experience level as sort of so I've had blue belts come up to me and stuff who have been watching a lot of YouTube over the weekend, say, and trying to move on me, and I'll be like,
What are you doing?
and I'll be like, okay, first of all, that's illegal in the gi. You can't do that move. I don't know where you've seen that. Maybe you saw that in a Sambo video. Blah blah blah. It's done incorrectly and like da 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 da. Okay, we can work with that. I won't just be like, you're shit. I'll go, okay, let's work with that. Like, I can see what you want to do. Let's work with that. Whereas if I've some purple and brown belts who go online and they learn some new stuff and they come back and they are actually better because they know how it feels.
But also, you notice with purples and brown belts who go off and learn things online, they're probably doing it because they found they've done a session, right? They've gone home and they've been like a bit pissed off, or a bit just something that happened when they were rolling, like something didn't work for them, or they got into a bad position, and they're looking for solutions. Like they haven't had time to speak to their coach about it, looking for solutions to a problem. And sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. Like I found a couple of really nice guard breaks and passes from YouTube, which were really unorthodox. Showed it to Jeff, and he was like, "Mate, that really works well. Doesn't work on big people. Worked on anyone my size or smaller." So that that's an example. But yeah,
it's like a you got to take it into your own testing phase. I think that's what, like, when you're white and blue, you kind of gotta go to a proper coach and who can give you the correct feel.
Yeah, you can certainly watch it and then ask your coach, be like,
because I literally had this the other night. One of the guys I trained with over in Poole was like, I saw this on YouTube, and he was very cool about it. He's like, do you think it'll work? I was like, should we try it? I was like, yeah, alright, cool. I was like, okay, I'm gonna resist 30%. Yeah, the move works at 30%. Okay, I'm gonna resist 60%. Move didn't work quite as well. Okay, I'm gonna resist 100%. Move doesn't work.
doesn't work. Yeah.
So,
but you also knew it was coming, so that.
But it was a mechanical sort of thing. It was like being extended, and like when somebody gets fully extended, their natural biomechanics, they're gonna start bringing stuff back.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, okay, maybe in the gi if you can get like a pocket grip, then you'll be able to extend them for this particular technique which you saw. But I think on the YouTube video they weren't in the gi and they were trying to apply like cross.
Okay. So I had it with a white belt.
Okay.
And this is actually a genuine thing that happened to me, and I really almost lost my temper at someone. And I think Pete probably knows where I'm going with this.
I'll go for it.
In the gi, rolling. I'm
Did he
not
heal the gi?
sure. Yes.
Yes.
A particular white belt who also wears a box when he rolls, much to people's annoyance, decided he was going, and we're flow rolling, and he decided he's going to try and slap on a heel hook while we're in the gi.
Really?
While we're in the gi.
Okay.
So, which is delighted me grabbing him by the lapels, dragging him till he's nose to nose with me and saying, "You do not fucking heel hook me." His response was classic. Why? He genuinely said why. And this is where I realised, yes, he'd been online watching stuff and that. He'd been going to no-gi classes where they are doing heels, but no one had actually sat him down. So this is a coaching error as well.
Yeah, I literally did this the other week with my students. Sorry to interject. Literally went over the rules of footlocks and why a heel hook has more devastating pressure than a straight footlock.
Yeah. So I think actually this is a good argument why sometimes learning techniques online is a bad
thing. You can't feel it.
Yeah. But so this is another argument why learning stuff online without the guidance of a coach or instructor sometimes is a bad thing, because you might be learning things that you're not actually permitted to do in the rules of the sport you're doing. Now, if you're learning this for self-defense or whatever, fine, but then if you do a heel hook in a street fight, you deserve to get stomped all over.
Unless it works.
Outside of that, you're fine, but yeah, you need to understand the context of why the technique is done in a certain way, where it's appropriate, where it's inappropriate. Are you allowed to even do it?
Yeah. I mean, from my personal experience, a lot of my new learning has been. I can't deny that.
That's because a lot of the new stuff, so both of our jiu-jitsu journeys are very steeped in the old style, the older styles of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Not older styles, but the older techniques, the older transitions and all that stuff. So for us to really progress, pick up and learn, we're going to have to, look for other sources of information.
Yeah.
But I still think the old core stuff of good position, good positional control, good pressure, good this, those set foundations I still insist on. Hence why I still, I still teach like a sit-up sweep, butterfly, basics of a proper butterfly sweep. Like those things, they're old, they're not fashionable, but they have a place.
Yeah, of course they do. To use the cooking analogy again, it would be like if you went to, you're going for this course for the Michelin star or whatever, but then they'll go, okay, no, let's make an omelette. Let's teach you how to whisk.
Make an omelette.
Let's get
then
that.
You can make a souffle.
Yeah, exactly.
Gone on to food.
Coming back to sort of that with my own personal learning. Yeah, I've had to. With a lot of the footlock stuff, it's been a lot of geeking out on buying DVDs and this stuff and instructionals. But if you ever get an opportunity, no, literally never. Actually, me literally never. It's always my students coming up to me going, "Oh, have you got this DVD?" I'm like, "No, I haven't. I've got it on a USB stick." I'm like, "I won't ask how you got it." But sorry, saying that, I'll go over this a million billion times, right? And I'll probably get. I'm going to be able to get 80% of the feel of the technique. Yeah. But I will always, if there's we're very lucky at when we get, as I said, some high-level instructors coming in and competitors coming into the gym, particularly when we have events like Polaris on, we get these high-level guys coming in. That's a prime opportunity to get what I would call that feel. And
definitely.
So so it's all well and good. Get the DVDs, understand the position well, but developing feel is sometimes maybe that next step.
Yeah, so sort of purple belts and upwards if you're looking to address a particular problem and you haven't had time to ask your coach, or you're just geeking out doing a bit of research. Yeah, YouTube and online content is fine to gain more things, but then you need to pressure test them and actually use them and talk to your coach about it as well. Show them, they if they sit there. Also, this is another point. If you have a coach and you send them a few things and their instant reaction is no, that will never work.
Ask your coach to test it with you.
Yeah. Coaches should, as two coaches, if someone sends us something, we will look at it and we will either test it between us or test it with that person. But be wary of a coach that just dismisses completely without even pressure testers. That's the other end of the scale.
Yeah.
So I think in conclusion we can say, if you're a white belt or lower end of the blue belt scale,
Make an omelette.
Yeah, make an omelette. Don't make complete. Don't like try and learn completely new things maybe from online content or particularly YouTube. More to the point.
Or Instagram,
Jiu-jitsu,
where you see like an 18 move flow, and you're like, you'll probably get to move 3 and then it'll get shut down. It's like Uber pads in boxing. You 18 hit combination. When in boxing have you ever seen an 18 hit combination? Or something? It's the same thing in jiu-jitsu. Exactly.
So yeah, as we were saying in conclusion, YouTube, Instagram, probably not the greatest place to pick up new techniques in the beginning. Some jiu-jitsu instructional stuff could be useful if it's around stuff that you're having problems with. So rather than trying to learn completely new things, if you're going to do it, try and use those things as a tool to fix problems you're having. That might be a better way of looking at it. Rather than being like, I want to learn some super duper new flying armbar thing. Like, yeah, no.
Flying Goga Flapper.
Yeah, no. As Pete Foot locks himself. Yeah, okay, so don't forget to like and subscribe, click the notification button, and all that good stuff. We appreciate it.